What's up, you guys? Welcome back. I came with it today. I wanted some soul snatching, vampy, glammin', just everything dark and in your face. Like, that's what I wanted today, and I gave it to you guys today. You guys never get to see like this dramatic or this bold of looks because I feel like I have to be in the mood for it, and I'm in the mood for it. I'm in the mood for it for the rest of my life. No, but honestly, like, I'm so obsessed with this look. I really wish I was going out somewhere, but I'm not. So I'm just gonna go cook dinner for my man, and that is it. But this is what we got working with today, so I really hope you guys enjoy. And if you would like to see how we got this look, then keep on watching. My hair's looking a little crazy because I need it up and out of my face. I already prepped my skin. I've been using the same steps that I have it in the last few videos, so I thought I would just get that one out of the way, but I will still leave the products in the drop box below for you guys. But I want to start with my eyes first because I really want this smoky glam look. So I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Light Beige, per usual. I also have a little bit of my brows filled in from earlier today. I didn't really wash my face, so that's that. But I didn't want to take off my eyebrows too, so I was like, you know what, I'll just leave it on and we'll work around it. Normally I would set my eyes afterwards, but I just want to go straight into the color because I want this to be as pigmented as possible, and sometimes not setting your eyes can help you. So I'm going to go in with this palette. I don't know, okay, so I was going between either this one or the Kylie Bronze Extended palette, but I think I might go between these two, but we're gonna start off with this one first. So this is the Viseart, I used it in my last video, or was the video before that, but it's called the Milieu palette, I think. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but this is the Neutral Mattes 2 palette. I love this thing. So in my last video, I used all of the like berry tones and the, you know, the vampy tones. Now we're gonna stick with the browns. So let's grab my Smith 247 brush. And I think I'm gonna go ahead in with this shade right there. Pack it on, and we're just going to work this right in the crease and above the crease. Then I'm just gonna work it a little bit out this way, because I'm going to create that nice cat eye effect. And then I'm just building up, going back in with small amounts, building up that depth and that intensity that I want. It's easier to do it that way than to just go in with a bunch of product. You'll really get that nice blending and layering. Now I'm going to go in with the same brush and that shade right underneath it. We're going to build a little bit more depth, but we're going to go right up into that crease and staying in that crease. I don't want to cover that first shade that we have. Just really building here. But then also slowly blending it so that it does fade in a really nice gradient way, but still not covering that first shade. I'm also taking whatever's left and building it right in this socket right here, really just to bring that smoke all the way through and then back out. I am taking a little bit more now, just right here in this socket, and I'm bringing it a little bit lower onto the lid. Once your intensity is built to the way you like it, we're gonna go in with this brush right here. This is the Morphe 433 brush, and we're gonna go ahead and with this deeper brown shade, and we're just layering all of the depths together. So I'm just gonna take this and we're gonna pounce it right onto the lid in the outer corner, and then I'm gonna stamp it into the crease, just making sure all of these shades blend seamless together. This is also where you can kind of play around with the brushes again and go back into your 247 brush, dip into that second shade that we used, and then make sure that they are blended together. Okay, so I don't know if this happens to you guys, but I'm right-handed, so my right eye always gets done first, and blending takes quite some time. If you feel like you're not good at blending, you might not just be taking long enough. I swear. It is all about patience and blending and blending and blending. Like, I can spend like 10 minutes blending my eyes alone. But every time I'm done with this eye, I'm like, wow, you're perfect, you're amazing, flawless. Then it's time for this eye, and I'm already just over it. So then I try to rush this eye, and I never give it the quality that I give this eye. It happens every time. I don't know if it happens to you guys, but then I gotta spend more time on trying to fix this because I decided to just like rush through it. So yeah, I don't know. Just thought I'd let you know. But I'm loving the way it looks, and I didn't even jump into this palette, and I don't think I'm gonna need this palette. I'm liking how it is on its own. But I am gonna grab one thing, and I'm really excited. If you guys watched my Sephora haul, you'll know that this was something that I've been craving for, and I'm so glad I have it, and I'm so glad to be playing with it with you guys here. But it's the Kaja, the Beauty Bento Shimmer eyeshadows, I think they're called. This is in Toasted Caramel. You guys, first of all, love the packaging. You get 3 in 1. I love how just compact it is. But these things are jam-packed with the most beautiful reflective shimmers. I didn't know which one I wanted to use, so I'm gonna use all 3. I want this to be like a softer, subtle smoky, if that makes any sense, even though this is not soft at all. But when it comes to the shimmer, you can normally cut the crease, put some concealer on, really make it crisp and sharp. But I want this just to be really soft. So I'm just going to use them dry at first. We'll see if we want to build them up wet or with a finger. And I'm going to take my MAC 239 brush. I'm going to start with this one. Dipping in there. Get my brush loaded. And I'm going to pounce. Oh, wow. Wow. This is dry. Okay, so we're going to continue. We're going to pounce this right here in the inner corner. So what I'm gonna do is just like do the 1, 2, 3 and have them all blend together. Spoiler alert, but just really pack this here. Wow. I feel like I won't even need to use this wet. This is just beautiful like this. Then we're gonna use the middle shade. Again, just load the brush. I just cleaned it though. So we're just going to pop this right here in the center. And then also a little bit over that first shade because I want it to blend well together. Then we're gonna use the last shade, and this is the darker shade. Just gonna go ahead and pounce this right on the outer part. These are really, really pretty. I wonder what it would look like wet, but I like it just like this, so it's gonna have to be for another look. So I'm debating whether or not I want to do liner on top. I think I might, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna wait for that at the end so that I can really decide. So let's clean up these eyes and start with the foundation. For foundation, we're gonna be mixing these two today. It's the HourglassVanish foundation. This is in the shade Light Beige. And then the Dior Forever Skin Glow, and this is in the shade 2W. It's pretty dark, but I need it to match my self tanner, and I think that matches perfectly. So looks crazy at first, but then blends out in the end. So many people always ask me, how do I get my foundation to match my self tanner? And honestly, it's just a guessing game. I just mix colors until I see a blend. And that's the trick. That's all I got. All right, so I'd say the match is pretty decent. I know I've had a couple people ask me if I self-tan my face, and I used to actually a lot. I used to use like pumps, gels, pads, but then I just kind of stopped because I was always exfoliating and masking and it would just come off anyway. So that's why I just don't do it anymore. It's just easier for me to match my foundation to it. Now grabbing that Too Faced Born This Way concealer again, we're gonna go ahead, put some here, here, and then anywhere I got maybe a little blemish. To add a little bit of brightness, I'm gonna take my Colourpop concealer. This is in shade 16. I really like Colourpop's products. If you're a fan of me and you know this already, I talk about Colourpop all the time, but can we talk about how Colourpop does not sleep ever? There is a new Colourpop product out all the time, and it's so hard not to buy it because it's like $5, $10, $12, $18, and I'm like, I need everything. But Colourpop, you really gotta stop doing this to me because I can't buy everything, even though I want to. Now I'm just gonna blend this out really quick. I switch between my beauty blender and a brush. For a while I switched back to a brush. Now I'm back to the beauty blender. I'm so indecisive. I like them both. I think it just depends on how fast or what I'm trying to do with my look. I will say this though, I have tried so many other sponges, like off brands of beauty blenders, or like the Morphe sponge, the Real Technique sponge. Sephora had one, I've tried that, and I just don't like anything the way I like the beauty blender. I feel like the technology on this thing, I just like it so much better. I feel like it's more bouncy. I feel like it's easier to hold, like it's the perfect size. I swear, I feel like I've tried everything else and I just always go back to the beauty blender. I don't know if you guys could hear it on camera, but my stomach is growling so much it hurts. So I ran downstairs and grabbed some snacks. Let's see what we got. The boyfriend just picked this up. I'm starting. Let's go grow. Mmm. This is actually really good. Don't mind if I do. All right, I'm hoping some of that will hold me over until dinner, but probably not. So let's just continue. So now I'm going to contour, but I can't find my contour stick. Where are you? Oh my God, this is so annoying. And it's right in front of me. This happens all the time. Every time I'm trying to find something, just because I'm looking for it, it's not there. But anyway, this is the YSL Stick Foundation number B65. You know the drill. Oh my God, my stomach still has the nerve to growl at me. I just fed you. Oh, not today. And it's always like that sad growl. It's always like the, oh. Like my stomach sounds like my dog when he wants a treat. Oh, like y'all are depressing. Now that we are contoured, I'm going to set a little bit. So again, you know the drill, the RCMA no color powder. Dip a little bit onto my pan, take my beauty blender, and we're going to softly pounce this. Give our under eye some smoothing and a little bit of set so we don't crease. But you know what? I don't believe in like non-creasing. I feel like everything in the world creases because eyes have creases. But this does a really good job of keeping my makeup in place. I want to bake a little bit, so we're going to take the Anastasia powder in vanilla. I've been using this quite a bit recently. I'm still like trying to judge it if I'm like in love with it. I think it's great, but I feel like I'm so stuck on my RCMA. But I think for what it does, how it gives me a little bit more brightness in the area, I like that. But, you know, other than that, it does a really good job of setting. Me and my boyfriend went to the zoo the other day, and it was not hot, but it still had the humidity pretty much up there. And I felt like my makeup did not move right here. So I would give it like an A+ for setting. While that's sitting there, I'm going to grab the Charlotte powder. Love this. This is in shade 2. I want to pick up shade 1 as well. I haven't yet. I want to do it for just like the T-zone, but because I just want it for the T-zone, I'm like, okay, well, you have 100 other products that you can use for the T-zone. So that's the only reason why I haven't bought another color, but I love this powder, guys. If you have not tried it yet, you need to. It is life-changing. Taking some bronzer, we're gonna be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is just in the shade Bronzer. I love it because it's like a cool warm, it's pretty neutral, but I like that it just gives a little bit of color before I go in with my 7 other bronzers that I like to apply. So now I'm going to be using the Hourglass Radiant Bronze Light. I love this stuff. I love the nice glow and warmth it gives me. Just gives me life. And then just pushing that into the hairline because we want to fake how tan we are, even though you'll see right down the middle how white I really am. I've never done this before. I don't even think it works. No, I'm not even gonna try it. It's not even worth it. So for my highlighter, I used this the other day and I have to use it again. This is the Lorac highlighter. It's in the shade Twilight. It's a really pretty, I don't even know how to describe this color. It's like a soft gold, like a champagne-y gold. It's not a deep gold or anything like that. So I feel like a lot of people can actually wear this color, but it's pretty beamy. So I try to go a little softer with my hand, because I don't want it to like overpower everything else. But it's so pretty. Like, look at that. Bring it on the cheeks. Bring it up here. We're just gonna glow everywhere. I'm gonna just dust this off really quick before we put the blush on. I feel like I have to press a little bit harder. I feel like that's the only thing I notice about this powder. To dust it off, I have to like get it off because it sits there. This is an unnecessary step, but a step that I truly enjoy. This is the Makeup Forever highlighting and contouring powders. I love them. I want to say this color is an H04, but I don't remember what this one is, but this is like the only shade that looks like this. It's a banana shade. I'm just going to go ahead and dip into both of them. And then I'm going to go along the side of my nose and then just brighten up right here. For glam looks, I really do like a little bit more brightness in this area. I feel like it just, I don't know actually what I feel like it does, but I just feel like it does something. For blush, we're gonna be grabbing this Juvia's Place blush. This is in the color Sarafina. It's so beautiful. And we're just going to color up these cheeks. This is a really pretty pigmented blush too, so a little bit goes a long way. but you can build the intensity of this as well. Just gonna quickly set with the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. Ooh, I just love this step. There's nothing better than this step. Then we're gonna quickly do the brows. Perfect, so now let's finish up the eye. I'm gonna start by smoking the lower lash line. I'm like trying to also decide like how smoky I'm trying to go. I think I just wanna go all out. Do it all. I'm gonna grab this Smith 235 brush first, and we're gonna go in with that first shade. So we're basically just gonna use the same shades and layer that. So since this was the first shade that we use, it's gonna be the first one that we lay down. And I'm just going all out and smoking it into that wing. Then I'm gonna take this Morphe 506 brush and go in with that second shade that we used, and then smoke that. I'm definitely focusing more on the outer and then a little bit towards the middle. I'm not going like too much right here. And then right before we go into that last shade, that darker shade, we're gonna go in with this liner, if I can even open it. Wow, there we go, thank you. It's from Marc Jacobs and it's in the shade Earthquake. This is my favorite brown liner. So we're just gonna go ahead and put this right on the waterline and also on the upper waterline. Now, if you're worried about liner making your eyes too small, totally skip this step and just continue to smoke out the lash line. So that's what we're about to do right now. I'm gonna grab my Morphe E36 brush and then we're gonna go into that darker brown shade right here. And I'm just gonna push this shade right into the lash line as close as I can, get that nice and tight. I'm also making sure that I'm getting right where that wing shadow is, just so that it all blends together. So I was thinking about doing wing liner, but I like how the shadow is just winging it out for me. But I am gonna put a little bit of liner down. And so we're gonna do like a really nice thin one along the lash line. So I'm gonna take my Fenty Flyliner. It's basically almost dried out, but you know what? I'm gonna keep using it until I can't use it anymore. You know what? I feel like it's getting its second wind. That actually worked out pretty well. I think it's just drying at the tip part, but the rest of the part was fine. So now I'm gonna put on some lashes and I'll be back. All right, my lashes are on and I wanna show you guys these lashes. I don't know where you can get these. I have them at a local beauty supply store called Angel's Beauty Supply, but this is, I think the brand's called Black Pink. It says #1 3D lash and it's in the style April. I think it's like perfect for me. You guys know I like things to be like really dainty and not overpowering when it comes to my lashes. These I think have to be like my new favorite strip lashes. I know, I'm always about individuals, but these strip lashes are amazing. So now I'm gonna take my hair down before we get into the lip because the clip was bothering me and you know what? I wanna look a little bit more presentable for it. So for my lip, I'm still in the dark mood. I've been loving my dark lips and so have you guys. So I have to pair this with another dark lip, but you can pair this with any type of nude because this basically is just like a warm bronzy eye. But because we're pairing it with a dark lip, makes it fall, right? This is in the shade Savage. It's actually by Lipland. I don't really get to hear about them so much. The first time I ever heard of them was through Amrezy. She made a collection with them and I so sadly missed out. And this was like years ago. And so I grabbed 3 lipsticks of them about 2 years ago and I really like them. So even though I'm like over the liquid lipstick stage, I'm obsessed with this color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and apply this first and then I'm gonna go over it with lip liner. My lips are uneven, so sometimes I feel like when I do this step first, it shows me where my lips move and then I just go in with the lip liner, kind of draw around it and smooth it out. It's a little tip and trick for you guys. This is the KKW lip liner in shade Nude 2. I've been using this the last like 3 episodes and I've been loving it. So we're just gonna go ahead and make this look a little bit more presentable. You know what else I like about dark colors? Your teeth. They always make them so much whiter. What if that's how I always smile all the time? Everyone's like, wow, you have a really pretty smile. And I'm like, thank you. But this concludes the tutorial. I hope you guys like it. I hope you've been loving all the fall looks. I know I have. What kind of fall person are you? Are you a vampy, soft, full glam? I feel like I'm everything. Just really depends on my mood. I think I'm gonna take a quick break with fall looks and dabble into some Halloween looks. I need to step into character. I need to feed my soul with some Halloween looks. They're nothing crazy, but I have some like fun ideas in my head, and I just can't wait to share with you guys. Like, I'm really excited about this year. Like, really excited. But that is it. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all my videos if you guys like to see more. And do not forget to follow me on Instagram. I am Amanda Devon. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.